Presidency yesterday tackled former National Vice Chairman Northwest of ruling All Progressive Congress, Salihu Lukman, over what Lukman, described as growing deterioration of governance in the country, saying each successive administration had become progressively worse than its predecessor. However, Lukman said while President Muhammadu Buhari's administration was worse than that of President Goodluck Jonathan, it was saddening that President Bola Tinubu's administration was on track to becoming worse than that of Buhari. He lamented that in spite of this, there was no structured engagements regarding 2027 among leading opposition leaders, such as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of People's Democratic Party, Mr. Peter Obi of Labour Party, and Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwakwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party. The presidency, in a swift reaction, said it will not be distracted by comments by some persons on President Bola Tinubu's administration, saying it was focused on governance. Responding, the presidency yesterday said it will not be distracted by Lukman's comments. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, in a short message, said through a text message, he said, "We are focused on governance. The results of our reforms will speak eloquently for us. We have no time for people whose pastime is denigrating the administration." What do you have to say to this, Chizzy?
Well, I will have to take it in two dimensions. Haji Lukman has said something. He hasn't even said there was. He said they are heading being worse on track, being worse than. For me, it's a wake-up call. It's just a wake-up call that, look, you have to do something. But the second aspect he brought on board is what I want to tell you. What he has said,
the forming of a political structure that will counter APC.
What he has said is 100% correct.
Why do you allow
I wrote Obi later. I wrote Atiku later. I'm on air, so I'm saying it. I wrote Kwankwaso a letter saying that in 2023, Nigeria didn't vote for APC. Not because it was rigged. Nigeria actually voted for the opposition. But the Nigerian votes that they voted for opposition were divided amongst the opposition. If you put the vote of Atiku and vote of Kwankwaso and Obi together, it's higher than the APC votes. So Nigeria actually voted for the opposition. But unfortunately for Nigerians, the opposition were divided amongst themselves. And the Bible says a house divided, a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. And so right now, if you also look at it, can I tell you that there is a PDP, there is Atiku, there is Obi, there is Labour. They are not even working together, even on the same party. They are not working together. There are internal crisis in PDP, the same way internal crisis in the APC, the Labour Party, the same way internal crisis in
NMPP.
the NMPP. So this person, it looks like it's not about the party. It's about them and the party doing different things. And they have not been able to build the party. They've not come together to say, let us all swallow our personal interests and bring us somebody to be able to. APC got it, whether erroneously or whatever. They got it because they were able to merge together.
SCN
and SCN, everybody came together to say, let's fight the government in power. But here, the government will be laughing because you are not even together in your own political parties. People, some persons in PDP are for Bola Tinubu, some people are for Atiku, some people are for Wike, the same thing in Labour. Look at what Labour has done. People accused Obi the last time that he doesn't have structure. And Obi kept saying that no, the Obis, and not Obi, kept saying
obedience.
The obedience. The obedience kept saying that, well, it's about Obi and about not the political party in a system like this. And now, whether it was done negatively or positively, what has happened to Obi has given him an opportunity to build the party. He has not built the party. He's not building the party. He's not staying to build the party and build the structure because he now have time and name to be able to build the party. If you notice, the Labour Party is getting weaker than it was even before we came in. So, what is the hope that they are going to collect the power from Bola, assuming Bola perform worse than what he's doing now?
Now, in your opinion, what would actually be able to, only a mega party, a new formation will be able to topple the APC in the 2027 elections? Now, you talked about these individuals letting go of their personal interest. And again, there are questions around party ideologies.
Yeah, sure.
Now, the ideology of P2B is clear.
Yeah.
That of Atiku over the years, you know, people can say this is who Atiku is, and people can also say this is who Kwakwanso is. Do you actually see these persons merging? With what ideology exactly? When they are all on, they are like parallel lines that can never cross in terms of ideologies and modus operandi.
Obi and Atiku worked together. They were vice presidential candidate and presidential candidate. So they had a meet. In this country now, we knew that Obi was the presidential candidate to Atiku, isn't it? The vice presidential candidate to Atiku. And he was with the PDP until just about a month or two before he went to Labour to work. Same with Kwankwaso. They were all together. Now, when I said jettison, you see, if you look at the ideology of Obi and look at what the sect of Atiku and that of Kwankwaso, and you want to come together, there are, whether you like it or not, there are ideologies that you can pick from here and pick from here.
There has to be some level of compromise.
Compromise. That's why sacrifice is a piece of offensive. And I can tell you that they can also sacrifice themselves and bring up a young and new person.
Do you see Atiku Abubakar? Do you see Atiku Abubakar actually letting go of his presidential ambition? Bearing in mind, by the way, that I hope you understand that this gave rise to one of the issues that PDP currently is having at the national. There was a gentleman's agreement. I mean, zoning is the time of the South, right? And then, even though it was the time of the South, according to how they agreed at their political, at the national level, Atiku insisted on running for presidency against the general consensus. And if you recall, that was what gave rise to even the actions of the FCT minister, saying, insisting that it has to be by the agreement and it's the turn of the South, considering that it has been the North for the past 8 years. So now, when you look at it critically, against the interests of the party, Atiku insisted on running for presidency, and you have seen the effects it still has on the party as it is. Do you see Atiku, in all honesty, letting go of this presidential ambition for another 4 years, for probably a southern presidency? Do you see Atiku doing that?
Okay. Let me quote his words, because maybe our words and our intents may be different.
Okay.
But I want to use his words. Even before that election, Atiku said openly that if it has to go to the south, then zone it to southeast. I will support P2B. Atiku said so. And he's repeated it even this period. That if it's P2B in the southeast, he will support the president.
So why didn't P2B get the tickets?
No, P2B shied away from PDP now. That's it now, because you know what? P2B, I'm saying it openly. He ran from the PDP because he met with the governors, and the governors said they are giving it to the former FCT, the present FCT minister. So he knew that he couldn't get it. And of course, the FCT minister then was almost like the man to get the job. And they opened it up. Even the FCT minister, my boss, didn't want it to come to the south or anywhere. He knew, he was very sure that he was going to get it. And so it can be open to any place, because he was going to get it. And
if that is the case, why didn't the FCT minister get the tickets? Why, at the end of the day, was it Atiku? Because
political permutations. You see, one of the, I can tell you then, I don't know how they handle.
That's why this question this political permutation you just talked about,
yes,
is still the crux of the matter. What makes you think that if another political party is formed, these political permutations, according to you, will not play out? Yes. Will not play out, and a northern presidency will emerge that will also, at the end of the day, affect the chances of the new party?
This thing is not even more of, it's not more of the northern presidency than it is of the individuals that are contesting. I can tell you that. Let me tell you what I mean. 80% of Obi's votes the states he won were abolition PDP states. Do you understand that? You agree with me?
Yes.
That means that if Obi was with Atiku, if the FCC minister was also with Atiku, there would have been something. This election would have had another dimension. It would have had another dimension. So it's not just about that. It's because the party, including the Atiku, didn't do their work very well in trying to create an agreement or do a peace accord with the people. If not, the whole of the Igbo states, the southeastern states that will be won, those people have been there for PDP all this while. And so if you wanted to zone it, you see, I don't know why we shy away from certain things. They say it's a gentleman agreement. We are more ethnic than we always think we are. Why not PDP put in their constitution? Why not the country even bring it as constitutional matter?
The zoning
field, because
it will be clear.
Yes, because he said no, it's not a constitutional matter. But every time it happens, you run back to that place and say no, we need this, we need to get this. We are the one to do this. Every time we will be the one to say it's our turn. Yet we are shy from getting it into the constitution or the party constitution.
Okay.
Why we dodging it? Right now, I can tell you, like I said, having done a particular thing for so long and you have failed,
why not try something?
Why not try another new?
So now, in your opinion, a mega party, a new mega party formed by these political gladiators,
yes,
is the only answer to topple APC in 2020?
That's the only answer. If not, Bola Tinubu will come back for second time.
All right, interesting. And on to 13% derivation funds.